Every time I try to do this kind of effect where I want an image to color my clones inside of Cinema 4D, I always miss a crucial step. I forget it every time. So I'm making this video to remind me in the future and hopefully you if you're going through this right now. So the punchline is you have to use a standard Cinema 4D material to get this effect. I think, you correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the answer. If you want to make one, you could do it right here in this little plus menu, standard material, and then follow along and it'll just work. So that's the quick answer if you just need a reminder. But if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Let me just delete the shader effector and show you. I'm just adding a plane effector here to this cloner that's cloning a bunch of these little Lego pieces. And inside, I'm going to use a shader field to hopefully load an image and color all these clones. So of course, the first thing I always do is I come in here and I load up an image and I could just select it and I'll put it in my project. And of course, you have to turn on color and something's happening. It's red, but it doesn't seem like there's any way to remap this logo. I think what's happening is it's just projecting in Z and I need it to project down on Y. And I don't see any ways to do this here. Remapping, I've looked around. Let me know if I'm going crazy. So then I'm like, okay, well, clearly that's not gonna work. Let's use a color and then let's use a Redshift material and drag this into this little material tag field. And that didn't seem to work either. This is just a Redshift material with the logo here. And I tried luminance too, that didn't work. And here's where the answer came in. So what I had to do is create one of these standard materials, open it up and put the image in the color channel. Once you do that, then you can add it to the shader field. Then you can drag it into the material tag. And then you have all the controls to move it around. So I'm going to choose flat projection. And let's go ahead and just scale this down. And let's grab our rotate tool. I'm going to rotate and hold shift so that it sticks to 5-degree increments. And now we get what we were looking for. Let me scale this up a little just to remove that seam. Now we got it. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's a different way. Maybe I'm going crazy, and hopefully this one helps you in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you with another quick tip really soon. Bye, everybody.